They are in for him, so let's see what happens in January. Alfie, thank you.
Thanks, Alfie.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks.
Right, coming up next, we are talking Mo Salah. Can Arne Slot really drop Mo Salah for a second straight game? We'll debate that next. Mo Salah, for so many seasons, Liverpool's talisman and source of goals. However, his struggles this campaign saw him dropped in their win at West Ham. And with the champions back in action tonight at home to Sunderland, we want to know, should he stay on the bench? Salah is expected to leave for the Africa Cup of Nations on December the 15th. So does it make sense for Arne Slot to go with a team that's available for the here and now, or when he returns?
Of course, a player isn't happy he's not playing. He wasn't the only one who wasn't happy that he wasn't starting. I can tell you, and that's normal. But the way he behaved was as you would expect from a professional he is. But yeah, he scored so many goals for us, and I'm sure he will in the future.
Jay, what do you expect to see tonight? Do you expect to see Salah starting? And what do you think will happen? What do you expect? What would you do? Sorry. Just asked you the same question twice.
I'd ask what I would do personally. I would leave him on the bench because I want to see this particular team that played well the other day and got a result have a little bit of continuity. They need to blend. They need to understand. They need to get on a bit of a roll, on more form. So I would leave him on the bench. Again, listen, there's no doubt that Salah is a top player who will score goals. But there has been a drop-off from last year. And I feel like going forward, he's going to have to get used to playing, not a bit part, but playing less, because you've got Isak, you've got Ekitike in there, Wirtz obviously came. And let's be honest, Wirtz got a lot of criticism. But in the last game, he done really well. Created chances, got on the ball, a bit more of what we expect from Wirtz and what we've seen from his form in the national team and when he was at Leverkusen. Again, they won. They won against Frankfurt. I think it was 5-1?
5-1.
5-1. He played in that position again really well. I just feel like with Slot, he needs to keep it like this, and then maybe on the weekend, maybe then change it, because he did say that Isak can't play 3 games in a week. Maybe that can be the game where Salah comes back in and Isak goes out. He's
always enjoyed proving people wrong. Remember when he was at Chelsea, he didn't get much of a chance, and then he came back to the Premier League and he's been one of the Premier League's best ever players since he's come back. Is this going to hurt him so much that whoever he next starts up against is going to see the best of him again?
Listen, every player has to have some kind of ego to get where they get to. Now, when you look at Salah's numbers, what he's achieved, how well he's played over the years, there's no doubt about that. But ultimately, Father Time catches up with you. You know, you're not always young, you're not always a spring chicken, you're not going to be able to put the hard yards in like other players can. So in that moment, you have to be self-aware. You can't be selfish, you have to be thinking about the team. Right? And I think that's why players like James Milner's played for so long, because he understands that. When he was younger, of course, he plays week in, week out, all the time. Fit lad, took care of himself. But as you get older, your body can't take it no more. And that's why I say Salah has to accept that he's not a young player no more, and that sometimes he's going to have to be rotated. He's not always going to be the first name on the team sheet anymore.
Now, shock, he was dropped and suddenly he's linked with a move to Saudi Arabia. Is that something that now Liverpool would consider in the summer, not January?
Yeah. I think they would consider it. I think they was considering it even last year, before he got the contract. But ultimately, there was so much pressure from the fans and from everyone else, and for the season he had as well. Like, again, unbelievable season, where they couldn't say no. But I do see Salah playing in Saudi Arabia. I'm not sure if it will happen this season, but I think it will definitely happen. But I think they will entertain it. If a good bid came in for Salah at the end of the season, I think Liverpool would take it.
All right, OK. Keep having your say on that, by the way. On Friday, we said How was West Ham away, Sunderland at home, Leeds away, and you said they've got to be aiming for 9 points. They've got 3 under their belt already. Do you still expect them to get 9 points?
Yeah, I do expect them to get 9 points. They have, I say they've turned things around, but that performance in particular was better. They scored goals, they kept a clean sheet, they looked more solid than what I've seen in recent weeks. Maybe this is a start of something. The teams, they've got to play. They've got one of the easiest run-ins going forward, and I think that when you look at the opposition, you would expect them to get that 9 points, or at least 7.
Right, OK. Well, it's 4 defeats in 5 for Bournemouth now. Could Jay's pre-season prediction of relegation really be on the cards? That's next.
Yeah, might be something in that one. Liverpool, meanwhile, they host Sunderland. This could be a good game, couldn't it? Liverpool managed to stop the rot against West Ham. Mo Salah was watching that game from the sidelines. Is Arne Slot justified in dropping him, and does he have to get back into the team tonight?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he does. I mean, Arne Slot's spoken about the number of games, suggesting maybe it's just resting him. But, Liverpool got a win. And yeah, it could have gone the other way. West Ham might have equalised towards the end, but you could say it worked, leaving him out. I mean, it was kind of Szoboszlai on that right-hand side, who's not a natural fit. So he might come back in, but, with the AFCON coming up, they might be, Arne Slot might be thinking about preparing for that period when they haven't got him. Nobody's indispensable, nobody's undroppable, and it does send a message out as well to the rest of the dressing room that, look, if you're not doing it, you aren't going to be in my team. So from that point of view, I think it's a good move, and he certainly wasn't playing well enough. So yeah, I think it was a good move.
It's interesting that you bring up AFCON, Alan, because that was actually going to be my next question. If Liverpool's expensive sort of attackers do start clicking whilst Mo Salah is away at AFCON, and that break for him being away from the team starts after the weekend's fixtures, considering his contract was such a talking point all of last season coming into this one, will Arne Slot then have a bit of a problem when Salah comes back if they start playing particularly well without him and have a bit of an uplift?
Well, yeah, quite possibly. It was an ongoing saga, the contract situation, wasn't it? And Liverpool, they didn't want to dive in with both feet and give him shed loads of money, I suppose. Listen, he's 33 now, so there was always going to be a kind of tailing off a little bit. I mean, I've heard people say his legs have gone. I wouldn't buy into that. I don't think it can happen quite that quickly. He was never going to have a season that he had last year, though. But, if he comes back, he might just turn into more of a squad player now, and somebody perhaps that's used more as an impact player. I know he goes down as one of the Liverpool greats, but nothing lasts forever. So they've obviously spent big on the likes of Wirtz and Ekitike and Isak, and they need to find a way of getting the best out of them. So while he's away, perhaps Liverpool will find out the best way.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it, Alan? Look, thank you so much for your time, and we'll let you go because you've got a busy evening, got to get over to the Emirates.
I have indeed, yeah. Thank you very much.
And a reminder that there are 6 Premier League games tonight. You can see all the goals as they go in on Soccer Special. It all gets underway at 7 o'clock here on Sky Sports News.